Hey there, friends. Back for the first time in a minute, and back for the first time with Lady Gaga in quite a while. So I'm gonna do my quick little thing I've said before other Lady Gaga videos, just because I do have so many new followers, in case one of those people happens upon this and hasn't seen my other Lady Gaga reactions. Just a heads up. Do I think Gaga is a genius? Yes, I do. Do I think she's an amazing artist? Yes. Do I like her music? Not especially. Not that I think it's bad, it's just extremely not my taste. But I think her music videos are fascinating. I've done a handful now, and I just think all of them are so cool and so fun to look at from like a film nerd point of view. So if I don't especially focus on the song, I apologize. I'm kind of here for the visuals, just because like I just think the stuff she comes up with and the directors she works with are really cool. I want to say the last one I did was 911, and that was a blast as an art house fan. There were so many great like direct references, and then even to think it reminded me of a certain director's work, and then it was that director is pretty cool. And after that, you know, I actually had to go like look up who directed this one just in case. And hilariously, it is someone whose work I know. I'm doing Paparazzi today, which you'll see obviously in the title. And it's Jonas. No, they were, I think, Norwegian. So it'd be Jonas Åkerlund. I might be mispronouncing that. I think it's Jonas Åkerlund. Anyway, really famous music video director for sure. I think he won like Madonna. He won a Grammy for a Madonna video. He's done a ton of videos, but more importantly, he did the Prodigy "Smack My Bitch Up" video, and that music video is insane. The music video is crazy. For MTV to do this giant special on like the most controversial music videos of all time, I want to say that one was #1. It is nuts. It's all shot on video, like POV perspective thing of this person just going, I'm not gonna give it away, but it's just a crazy night out of debauchery and drugs and violence and sex, and it's pure madness. And then like the next year, he won a Grammy with Madonna, which was really funny. And he's made a couple of films, which is crazy. One of which I know I've seen. I haven't seen Polar, but I want to. I think he did Polar, and Spun, which I haven't seen but want to. He did Lords of Chaos, which I have seen, about the Norwegian like black metal movement, which is a weird thing to even get into. It's a lot of band mayhem and people dying and burning churches, and it all got really weird. It's got one of the Culkins in it, the littlest one, Rory. Yeah, anyway, it's not a bad film, but I had to call that out because it's a director that I know. And I will definitely say that of these videos I've seen of his and the one film, he can do a variety of looks, I'll say that. So yeah, as for this song, I swear I know how the chorus goes, so I must have at least heard part of it at some point in my life, but I don't know the rest of it, so I'm not super familiar with the song, but I don't really care. I'm here for it. I assume it's not 7 minutes, so I wonder if we're going to get a kind of more of a little film like we did with 911, which will be cool. All right, let's go. I was about to say, it's already feeling so much like a movie. We had the little iris shot where, you know, it filmed the iris in, iris out of like going to the small little pinpoint, opening up from the small little pinpoint. And then the rounded edges there to make it look like you're watching a television. It looks like a Serial Pictures production, unless that is something related to I'm assuming this is meant to be, you know, it's supposed to feel like a soap opera, which, yeah, that makes sense, I guess, with Paparazzi and all. It looks like a little TV screen. That's hilarious. It's just those little things that just really set a tone that are so fun and simple, but just like, I don't know, it all adds in. It makes me really happy. I love when people decide to like go into little detail like that. I'm sure this guy is a little bit louder for me. You gotta go over. Scars got a little life. All right.
Älskar det.
I love how it looks strangely I should have just shut my mouth. I should have just kept my mouth shut because I want to say it looked very European. I was about to say, I like how it looks very cinematic, but also strangely, like both high budget and low budget at the same time, in the way that a lot of European films looked in like the mid 90s to like mid thousands. I should have just kept my stupid mouth shut because they were about to start speaking, and I didn't hear what language it was, but still.
Älskar du mig?
Klart jag älskar dig.
Puss puss.
Kom hit.
I hate the sound. It's just the sound design. Obviously the waves and the seagulls are great, but the sound of the kissing. I hate the sounds of kissing. I can't. I'm too ace for this. It's always so disgusting to listen to me. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's like that's a very weird thing. It might be. I'm on the ace spectrum, so I don't know. I just the sound. This one's really cool. Like cool looking.
Kom hit.
Oh, so is she playing her? Is she meant to be playing herself? Yeah, yes, no.
Letar upp mig.
Självklart.
Oh, wait. I love that, you know, when the camera's going off, if it is like if we're going for a paparazzi type thing, that like, clearly she's the famous one of the couple. She's the one that's like on the money and all these things. And he's like aiming toward her. He's turning them toward the camera. He's making eye contact with the camera. It's like the way that you can be used by the people around you to gain some of that fame. I bet with her it is a costume choice. And I bet it is on purpose. The fact that I don't know, I can't tell if it's part of her shoes or just something else she's wearing, but like those things around her ankles almost look like ankle monitors. They almost look like shackles around her ankles, and there's no way that's not on purpose. Like Gaga seems very like particular in everything that she chooses in her videos, and that's very cool. She's gonna die. Probably not. Bad choice on camera, I'll tell you that. I can't remember at this point if this is a Hitchcock reference or if it is a reference to a thing that parodied Hitchcock. I remember kind of it in High Anxiety. Oh my gosh, my brain. No, where'd you go? I'm doing this at like 2 in the morning. It wasn't the best choice, but I'm at my mom's place, as you can see, so I had to wait till she went to bed. The parody movie about a Hitchcock, who was actually in a Hitchcock proper film. Probably was at some point. That does look very cool. Again, that potentially falling to her death, still the camera's going off, and still she's posing, which is an interesting choice. Which is like that whole thing of when you're trying to get, I don't know if this is what they're gonna get into, but like when you're trying to get big, it's like you hate the paparazzi, it's destroying your life, but at certain points early on, you might feel like you need it to stay relevant. That's a whole thing, and that's always been a really interesting thing to me. Paparazzi are monster people, but also like the dynamic between them and people attempting fame. And at a certain point, like once you're losing fame, do you want them back? I don't know. The psychology of that is really interesting to me. It's the fact that she's still like, as she's falling either to her death or to a lot of pain, is still posing as she goes. whether it's wanting the attention or that at this point it's so ingrained in her that it's so just like second nature of like, regardless of what you're doing, you look for your light, you always pose, kind of a thing.
Right here. Beautiful, beautiful. I got the shot.
We are the crowd, we're coming out. Got my flash on, it's true.
That's the way that Gaga just walks that line between high fashion and camp is why I love her. It's really like, I didn't quite get her until I started watching some of her music videos, and it wasn't until like, I think the first one I watched was Disease, and I was like, there's something about her just giving me sort of a vibe that's reminding me of like a Divine, the drag queen. I hope that wouldn't insult her. And then a bunch of people in the comments were like, no, I think she'd like that comparison. I'm like, okay, I got it. As I watch more of them, I'm like, I really see that. It is this sort of element of fashion to the point of being so dramatic. It is camp, it is ridiculous, and she knows it and loves it, and it's like this whole thing of like, I respect it and it's silly at the same time. I think that's really cool. And everything about, oh, look at this, like, it's amazing. Come on, with the neck brace, and of course like those were you see like a little red cross there. Everything about this is so like ridiculous looking, but also I could kind of see it in a in a movie somewhere. It looks so fun. I love that her hair is a lollipop. I think it's meant to be a lollipop. That's what it looks like to me.
Need that picture of you, it's so magical. We'd be so fantastical. Leather and jeans, garage glamorous. Not sure what it means, but this photo of us, it don't have a price. Ready for those flashing lights, 'cause you know that, baby, I'm your biggest fan. I'll follow you until you love me. Paparazzi, baby, there's no other superstar. You know that I'll be your paparazzi.
Again, it's that thing of why I like her more than say, and maybe I'm speaking very out of turn here. I haven't seen enough Madonna maybe, but why I like her over someone like Madonna when it comes to just the vibe is that like, she is not afraid to look kind of gross, and that's the way I love it. Because yeah, she doesn't look, it's like, she looks insane, and it's amazing. She looks like a weird, like, sexy version of C-3PO a little bit, and for that I wonder, like, is that meant to be, is it just meant to be the high fashion with the whole, like, she'd be in a bunch of casts? Or is it also, she's partially not human anymore because she is this, like, machine that's constantly posing and being, like, even everyone around her, as they should be taking care of her. These are all, like, clearly her staff. They're all still, like, it's all a big performance. That line, too, I forgot that was a line in the chorus. The only part I do know is the chorus. And that, I'll follow you until you love me. It's such a kind of terrifying line, but it really works, but it's scary as hell. And look, you can see the reflections of people in her boobs. There's people dancing there. I think reflections are fun to look at in movies, or in music videos in this case. But yeah, all the different outfits, there's just so much, you know, that she thinks a lot about. And I would say her team as well, and I know obviously her team, she has people who direct these as well, and people I'm sure who help make those choices, but it seems to me very clear that Gaga is involved in a lot of those choices as well. Because they all have sort of a cohesive look while also being vastly different, if that somehow makes sense. It does. It's like in the same, not quite the same genre, but the same kind of movement, if that makes sense. To go with the whole he was the one, she was the famous one, the relationship, you'll be famous, I'll chase you down until you love me. So it's just like, hey, you know, yeah, I guess it is kind of partially talking about the thing of like, paparazzi give the person, like, it's a love-hate relationship with paparazzi of like, she gains power through them to be able to maybe get this person in this toxic relationship because he knows they'll be there.
I'll be a girl backstage at your show, velvet ropes and guitars, yeah, 'cause you're more.
I'm trying to figure out these like gorgeous like photo shoots I kind of want in on, but I'm trying to figure out who they are. If they're meant to just be all victims of this sort of game we're playing, or if they're related to, like, is that dude a serial killer? Because that's kind of insane too, a fashion serial killer. I don't know, or maybe a bit of both. Maybe a bit of both.
I'll be a girl backstage at your show, velvet ropes and guitars, yeah, 'cause you're my rock star in between the sets, eyeliner and cigarettes. Shadow is
the blood being gold. That's really cool. These are freaking awesome, man. This rules. You know, I gotta, you know me, I gotta get on my film tangent here. I will say that if you ever want like a film that's very fashiony, that kind of digs into stuff like this, I just recently watched this film for the first time called The Eyes of Laura Mars from the 80s. It's got Tommy Lee Jones young, which is weird and freaky, but it's kind of like it's like an American giallo film. Giallo films were Italian mystery films and like the murder mystery films in like the 70s and 80s. This sometimes had a supernatural element to them. But this is an American one, but it feels, everything about it is very, very giallo when it comes to like the shots and the themes and things like that. But it's about a woman who is a fashion photographer and starts taking photographs that line up with the way people will die. It's like, it's really interesting in that way, but like the photo shoots are so cool and they're kind of giving me these vibes. I really dig it. So yeah, random note, if you want a crazy movie about fashion and murder, and maybe psychics, go check out Eyes of Laura Mars. That's what I'm here for. I give weird information like that.
yellow dancing with her. My lashes are dry, purple teardrops I cry. Don't have a price. Loving you is cherry pie. 'Cause you know that, baby, I'm your biggest fan. I'll follow you until you love me. Paparazzi, baby, there's no other superstar. You know that I'll be your paparazzi. Promise I'll be kind, but I won't stop until that boy is mine. Baby, you'll be famous, chase you down until you love me. Paparazzi, real good.
Again, it's the way that it's all angled, and yeah, partially it's because it's a music video, so obviously things would be angled toward the camera. That makes sense, but it's the idea is that the camera that we're watching through is almost like the paparazzi camera as well. That like the most scandalous things, all the murders, all their potential. I guess maybe they took their own lives. I don't know. Maybe the paparazzi pushed them to do that. If that's what we're going for as well. If it's meant to represent like all victims of that sort of cycle, and then the sexual stuff on the couch, like everything is for the camera. As it would be anyway, but even more so now, is kind of insane. Girl, don't give me clothes made out of celluloid. You know what that does to me? No, I want them. I've never gotten a tattoo. I want get my first tattoo. I want it to be celluloid wrapped around my arm so bad, man. I'm such a freaking nerd. God, it's gorgeous.
Paparazzi, real good. We dance in the studio, snap, snap, that on the radio. Don't stop for anyone.
I always point out the dogs. That's a dog. Look at that. Yes, more clothes should be made out of film. Don't let her near any flame. She'll go up. God. Celluloid rules, man. I go to a theater where most things are played on film. I got to take my whole family there the other day for the first time. It was really cool. I got to see, like, don't you remember when things were on film? Look at the little cracks. It makes me happy. I don't know. It just gives it a little extra something. So listen to a song, listen to an album on vinyl. It just gets a little more depth to it. Just, I don't know. To me, anyway. Am I pretentious? Probably. But I was also seeing a goofy Christopher Guest comedy, so it's like I'm watching goofy films in a pretentious way.
We'll plastic, but we still have fun. I'm your biggest fan. I'll follow you until you love me, Papa.
That is a look. I love it. But it's like, I'm so rich, I don't even care about possible copyright infringement. Nah, girl, I think Great Fairy is your vibe. That is very funny looking.
Biggest fan, I'll follow you until you love me, Papa, paparazzi. Baby, there's no other superstar, you know that I'll be your Papa, the superstar, paparazzi. Baby,
Okay. So is the thought that, like, is this what this guy does? Does he move through girls once they're not, like, does she know now that, like, she'll be the next one that he fully kills to go on to this person? Or, I don't know, let's see.
there's no other superstar, you know that I'll be your Papa, paparazzi. Promise I'll be kind, but I won't stop until that boy is mine. Baby, you'll be famous, chase you down until you love me, Papa, paparazzi.
I love his shoes.
911 emergency. Hello?
I just killed my boyfriend.
I love the way that shot. I love the kind of, like, the way that it's got that sort of filter on the lens to make it look a little, like, glossy. So it does kind of look very soap opera-y. That's fantastic. Of course, and yeah, he has an eye patch because, again, soap opera. But okay, so did she kill him as a way of, like, she knew that he was going to kill her, or she wasn't the it girl anymore, and this scandal might put her back into the tabloids? Is it that kind of, again, the cycle of, like, feel like you kind of need them even though you hate them? Interesting. I love her video. They make me happy. Oh. Sorry, I just love them touching up his makeup before they're gonna go out. That just made me. I love that so much. That kicked ass. Oh, great. It's Chicago. It's literally Chicago. It's the musical Chicago. Oh my god, how good would she be? Oh, she would be so good as Roxy. I know obviously she'd be a great Velma, but I think well, she could do Velma in her sleep. But, like, if you've ever seen American Horror Story Hotel, when you see the flashbacks of her before she's the Countess, when she's like that cute little mousy, like, background actress, she'd actually really kind of maybe be a great Roxy Hart. Girl, gimme. I want to see that now, please. That'd be awesome.
Look into the camera, walk away.
And the cast. That was great. That might be, well, and that one was definitely still my favorite. I just thought visually that thing was amazing. I love how much it made me think of Jordan Jodorowsky. Jordan, what? God, I'm so tired. Alejandro Jodorowsky. I, like, weirdly made his last name into two names somehow because I'm that tired. But this one is up there now. It's one of my new favorites of her videos. That was super fun, just specifically for me, I feel like. So there we go. I haven't done her in a minute. I'm really thrilled to be back with her. I know I can never monetize her videos, but they're still fun to do. Who cares? Then hey, if you want to donate to the channel, feel free. Otherwise, I'm just real glad y'all joined me. This was entertaining as always, and I hope that anybody got anything out of it. Thanks so much for joining me, everybody. Bye.